Hiya friends, it's been a while. I know it's been a couple of months I think since I've posted a video, and even longer since it was a tutorial, so I thought that today would be a good opportunity just to show you what I've been doing in makeup lately for my everyday look. I'm going to meet a friend for lunch, so it's not going to be anything too over the top, but I'll share some of my favorite products right now and techniques. I have a little bit of makeup on right now because I did have to just drop my son off at kindergarten and I'm not quite ready to go barefaced. I'm sure I'll get there like a month from now when it's all old hat and I'm used to it. I'll probably show up like in sweatpants and a raggedy ponytail, but I'm still putting a minimal amount of effort in right now. So I did just cover up a few blemishes on my chin and slap a tiny little coat of mascara on. That's it. I'm just gonna pretend like it's not even there for this makeup look. All right, products that I've been using like crazy are these jumbo pencils, and I've got two right here. I can't find my Rimmel one, but they're all essentially the same color. I always end up buying the same color in this product. So that must mean that I love it and that it's quite wearable, right? So the one I've got here is Makeup Forever Aqua Shadow in 22E. And then I have an Essence Stay No Matter What eye pencil and shadow in Casanova. No, I think that's where they're from. Oh, Cute Copper. So this one is called Cute Copper. And then there's also a Rimmel one that's very similar to the same color, kind of that bronzy-ish tone. And the reason I like these is because they stay put, they're super easy, and they really suit my eye color well. If you might have already noticed, I kind of like the metallic bronzes on myself. So that's what I'm going to do today, with a little bit of a pop, of course. I'm going to do the Essence one, because why not keep it cheap, right? All right, so for the eyes, I'm just taking my pencil here and very simply rubbing that all over my eyelid, just on the lid area. And then use my finger to just kind of blend it in. I'm then just going to take a synthetic brush and just make sure that edge is nice and soft. And then reapply a little bit right at the lash line to make sure it's staying nice and intense there. I'm going to take it underneath the eye as well. All the way across, and just use a finger to blend it out. I'm now just going to take a lighter one. This is the Essence Whipped White Frosting, and I'm just going to stick that on the inside corner and then really blend it out with my finger as well, just to give a little bit of a highlight in there. I'm going to take this Party All Night Shadow by Essence Cosmetics, and I'm just going to pick it up on my finger like this and then dab it just in the center of my eye. And then use a clean finger to blend out on either side of it. So you see when I blink, you get kind of like a little bit of a highlight there, right? But it's very, very subtle. And then I'm going to take my MAC Eye Colon Teddy and put that on my waterline. Curl the lashes and a coat of my Urban Decay Lush Lash Mascara. And then I take just a little disposable spoolie here and give them a bit of a brush through, just to break up any clumps. And a little bit of my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara on the bottom lashes. And then if I've got any little mascara smudges, I'm going to take my Q-tip and get rid of those. I'm also going to run that Teddy Just a little bit on the upper waterline at the outside edge. Just to give my lashes a little bit of extra help too. That's where I'm going to stop for the eyes for now. I'm going to zoom out and we'll get on to the rest of the face. I'm going to be using my Ben Nye Media Pro HD Sheer Foundation in 001 Bella for this look today, but I do find that it settles into all the pesky little fine lines and areas on my face if I don't use a foundation primer first. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. Just about a pea-sized amount of it. I'm going to take it on my stippling brush and just put it on, well, my face. Having given that a few minutes to just kind of set on my skin so it's not really tacky anymore, I'm going to use the same brush in this foundation. I'm going for a very sheer coverage today. I don't want to be looking like I've got a full face of makeup on. So that's why I'm using this stippling brush opposed to one of my denser foundation brushes. I find that I'd get more coverage if I use a denser foundation brush. The sheerest amount of coverage would be with my hands, but I'm really liking the way that this stippling brush is applying this particular foundation lately. I've been liking my Dream Lumi Highlighting Concealer in Radiant for my only under eye concealer. I was starting to find my Bobbi Brown one just to get a little bit too heavy, and I just want something kind of nice and light and fresh, and if you can still see the dark circles, oh well, I'm embracing it. I'd rather look natural at this point. I do like to take a little bit of it on my brow bone to enforce a bit of a highlight there. And then right up under my eyeshadow so that I'm getting the shape that I like. At this point, I'll often go back in with that little brush I used to blend out this top edge here and use it just to make sure that my concealer and the shadow I've got going on under there are playing nicely together. I'm now going to take my Laura Mercier concealer and just camouflage any blemishes, which I have a lot of right now. I was trying out some different skincare a few months ago, and my skin is really teaching me a lesson for it. It's quite unforgiving, this skin. I'm now going to take my Tarte Flush Cheek Stain, and I'm going to put that right onto the apple of my cheek and then use my foundation brush just to blend it in. I really like the glow that this foundation gives me. I find it very moisturizing. I don't think I would recommend it for an oilier skin. And I want to keep that with the cream blush. If I was to put a powder blush on now, I think it would just be a little bit too flat. Alright, I'm only going to set now in the areas I don't want any shine and areas that I've put concealer on. So for me, that's on my chin. I don't really like a shiny upper lip. Nose, under the eyes. I also like to take a little bit of my translucent powder and put it in my contoured area. This will just make my cheekbones seem even more kind of dewy and highlighted in contrast to this matte area. And it also helps for blending when I go into my next step, which is bronzer. Not going crazy with the bronzer. If anything, I'm more just kind of contouring with bronzer today. And the one I'm liking right now is the NARS Laguna bronzer. The reason I'm liking this one is it's just the right sort of medium tone for my fading suntan skin. I know it doesn't look like I have a suntan right now. For me, this is still kind of tanned. So I'm taking that under the cheekbone and then into the hairline. And then under the jaw for a bit more definition. I also like to take a fluffy brush and a little bit of that same bronzer and pop it just in the contour of my eye. just for a little added shape and definition there. If you're somebody that likes to contour your nose, at this point you would take it from here down the sides of the nose. I don't normally, but hey, let's toss some on today since we're here. Two things left to do, brows and lips. I'm gonna start with the brows. And the brow product I've been using lately is the Sephora retractable brow pencil, the waterproof one, and mine is in Midnight Brown. Just filling in where necessary, and then a good brush through. For lips, I've been taking it quite natural and using a little bit of my Kiehl's lip balm to begin, and just really working that into the lip. And then taking my Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey, which is like a Your Lip But Better color. Right over top of that. Now the reason I put the balm down first is because this color on its own goes on quite a bit stronger on me, and I just want it to kind of bring back a little bit of that life and tint that my lips naturally have without it looking like I've got a whole bunch of lipstick on there. All the products I used today will be listed on my website, and I'll leave a link for that down below in the description bar. I hope that you found something useful in there and come back again for something new. Thanks. Bye-bye.